And here we are at Employment Solutions in Johnson City, Tennessee. Mike, how are you?
Good to see you. Come in.
All right, thank you. So, Mike, I've known you for years, and you know, I just kind of consider you what you do is the best in the business, my friend. Tell the viewing audience what it is you do.
Well, I've been in this business for almost 30 years now. Sometimes it's psychology, sometimes it's placement, a lot of times it's evaluation of people, what they basically need to be doing, should be doing, looking at skill sets. There's a lot involved with it. But
so you basically have two kinds of people or groups that you deal with. One is the corporation out there who needs help, and the second part is the people that have skills that are looking for some work.
Exactly. It's almost like a puzzle you put together.
Yeah.
And getting to know the culture of the company is very important. Every company has a culture of all its own. And in order to do your job well in HR, you need to know what that culture is. And because skills are only half the problem, or half the solution, I should say. No matter what your skill set is, you need to fit into the company, because if you're not happy or the company's not happy, it's not a good fit. So when I say sometimes this business is psychology, it is the evaluation of people, not just their skill sets. Of course, everybody wants the skills they need to get the job done, and we look at those thoroughly. We look at job history, we try to evaluate the dedication this person's had in building their career and what they want to do with their lives. But secondly, is this person going to fit into this new company culture that we're hiring for? And once we evaluate that, then we try to make that good fit that we talk about.
Cool, Michael. You said earlier that your company offers a value-added service. Please tell us more about that.
I think the one thing that sets us apart, and it sets any company apart, is the service they give, the level of service that we can give an employer. But secondly, we can make that service pay for the employer. It's a value added in that we can save the employer time, we can save them training time, labor cost, and we can increase productivity. Now that equates into profit any way you look at it. It's a situation to where these people are our employee for a time. It's their probation. And the employer can end their assignment at any point in time if that employee does not work out. But if we do our job on the front end, if we do proper screening, if we really use our expertise and experience in saying this person's going to fit, the skills fit, the personality fits, we've got a great chance in them not having to terminate anyone's employment. We have the opportunity to make that fit the first time. That is where the value added comes from. Turnover goes down, and you don't have to have a large staff internally to sit there every day and make these decisions. That's what we do.
Excellent. Cool. Well, listen, thanks again.
You're very welcome.
So, you will fulfill needs for skilled labor, skilled and unskilled, I guess is the right word. Tell me about how many college graduates graduating in your area in any given year.
Well, we're fortunate in the fact that we've got the second and the first largest state-supported schools within 90 miles of our region, plus an entire host of small, good colleges that are turning out a lot of good people. And people in this area have a good work ethic, and they tend to have good character. It's the heart of the Bible Belt, and parenting is still something that we do here. So we're able to get a good quality professional people.
What are those two colleges?
East Tennessee State University is the second largest, and the University of Tennessee the first largest. We also have Milligan, which is a top-rated private school on the East Coast, and a whole host of small schools that turn out good quality education.
So how many graduates do you think are getting poured into the market every year?
I would estimate just within 50 miles of us, 10 or 12,000 we have here locally.
And that's a bit of a pool to draw from.
a good pool to draw from.
Michael, what is the true value of using an agency like yourself? Why would somebody want to do that?
Well, it's evolved in the last 10 years because the way the economy and the way our society has evolved. So we've had to evolve with it. Over time, like I say, we evaluate more than just skills these days. We have to look at the work ethic, and I have to say that has not improved like the value of our education. The work ethic is not as good as it used to be in certain ranks, so we have to work harder. We've become more of a screen to hire these days because instead of getting one good candidate out of every 3 that walk in the door, you maybe only get 1 or 2 candidates every 10 that walk in the door. So you looking at 100 people to get a few is very time consuming, and a lot of companies just don't feel that it's cost effective to have a staff that sits there and grinds through this day after day. So really and truly we have a value added. We can actually save the company money. Let's face it, time is money. If you have a constant turnover, it's costing you money. And safety these days has become a huge issue. Workman's comp is a huge issue. So not having turnover and keeping the value of that training that you've already invested in the person that you've hired, I think that's where the value added comes in. We're very cost effective. We can tailor our programs to each individual company, and if the right person's walking in a big part of the time, you're training that person and you're not losing that person. You're gaining productivity, you're gaining profit.
So, Michael, in the past, you've told me of different times where you'll send a whole set of crews out of state for a particular job, and you can satisfy that need. I find that very interesting. Tell us more about that.
Well, it's something that evolved over the years. We hire locally for almost administrative, clerical, manufacturing, assembly, engineers, statistical analysis. I mean, when you work in this type of environment or this type of economy, you have to be a bit of jack of all trades. But in the same sense, with my background, I've changed lives quite a few times and have become acquainted with what large companies need on the road, and when they're doing these large short-term projects, and we assemble the men with the proper talents to go out to these jobs, and sometimes they stay months at a time and until the job is completed. So,
wow, cool.
Yeah, we're astute at cutting the payrolls and all the things that need to be done for these type projects.
For years, and it appears to me from the outside looking in that your customers, the people you supply help for, are range from the mom and pops all the way up to national companies.
Exactly, and we take pride in the fact that there's very few opportunities that we can't help with. We have a huge diversification of small, medium, large manufacturing, the service industry here, attorneys. We have a huge medical presence in this area, and we're able to help a large number of these people with the professionals and the help and the labor that they need.
So you can get a very high-end, highly trained, highly educated, professional, administrative staff. You can supply all those.
Exactly. We have a lot of talent in this area. And we have people moving in large numbers. We're a very attractive area to live in. So we're getting a whole host of talent, even from outside our state and the outside of our region. So it becomes be advantageous to those companies who are looking for good qualified people.
Cool. How do they get a hold of you?
Well, our phone number is 423-282-4415. That's our published number. Those numbers go 24 hours a day. They can always get a hold of me or one of our experienced staff, regardless of what happens on the job site, day or night, weekends. Number two, they can go to our website at www.employmentsolutions.llc.com, and we'll have the information there. They're able to put in an application, post their own resumes, and we'll be back with you as soon as we're able to review that and hopefully get a chance to help these people get a position.
And I bet your website is Googleable, huh?
It is.
So what does somebody ask for to find you? Employment Agency, Johnson City, Tennessee?
Employment Agencies, Johnson City, Tennessee.
And there's other Google searches, but that's a good one.
Yes, it is.
Well, listen, thank you for your time.
A pleasure to have you.